That's right, folks. We're back. We aren't dead, and we're here to entertain and provide you some
Yes.
quality information.
It's been what, 2 weeks off now?
2 weeks
Several
off.
things have happened.
Yeah. I got married the first week, and then we had
Good
to
job.
recover from the wedding
And then
that
I got
next
married.
weekend.
Oh wait.
Oh, wait.
That's false
No.
info. False
That
info.
sounds like fake news to me, Tim.
We blamed the last one on Father's Day. That's why we couldn't.
Yeah.
Because
It
we
was
didn't
Father's
have another conspiracy theory
We were too
special,
busy observing the holiday.
I
right?
forgot that's what we did last year.
That was a big day. Conspiracy Father's Day special.
That's right.
But
Well,
today,
yeah, what's today, Joey?
Yeah, Joey, isn't it you?
I've got a sector to talk to you about.
Wait. Whoa. We didn't do the intro.
Oh, you're right. Well,
We are 3 engineers, and we're just trying to survive.
we're doing our best.
Literally, Ben is just trying to survive.
I am
Do you
trying
see
to
the
survive.
weather forecast for Seattle?
Yeah,
You'll
if
understand.
this is the last episode for me, it's because my computer has just melted. It's supposed to be really hot, and I'm scared. I might go to
So
church about it.
Hashtag pray for Ben.
All right, Joey, tell us about your thing.
So, today I want to talk about the energy sector.
Speaking
remember-
about heat.
That's right. If you remember a little bit ago, I did my whole scrub through the sectors to make my portfolio kind of balanced according to the S&P 500, but still picking my own stocks.
Yeah.
It was a big project, and I'm still in the process of rolling my actual investments into where they're supposed to be balanced. But I have something in each sector now. So today I want to talk about the energy sector, which I realized is kind of wild because I expected it to be all things, energy. If you think about energy in the United States, there's a lot of things we get energy from. There's oil and gas, of course, but there's also like hydrostatic energy. There's wind energy, all the renewable sources. There's
There is
nuclear
also
energy.
static electricity.
There is static electricity. I don't know how much
How do we
energy
harness
in
that
the
and make
U.S. is
profit?
sourced from static.
You just get a bunch of balloons and some couches.
But the weird thing about the energy sector, as defined by, I guess, the S&P 500, is that it's only oil and gas. That
Oh,
is
really?
the energy sector.
Interesting.
Not even
It's-
like utility. Oh well, the utilities is another sector,
Right,
right?
because there's utilities, and if you think about something like Bloom Energy, we've talked about BE before.
Yeah.
Right? They are classified under industrials as electrical equipment.
Whoa.
Well,
So
I mean, they
anything
are.
that's like hydrogen fuel cells, all that, they're not classified under energy because they aren't oil and gas.
Well, okay, but to be fair, they are just providing the equipment to utilize that energy source.
It's true. But I think that this status isn't going to last forever. The energy sector of the United States is not going to be oil and gas forever. And
Well,
I'm thinking that things are going to change. Just like, for example, companies change sectors all the time. It's not super frequent, but I
But
remember
it happens
when
all the
Facebook
time.
was IT, and now Facebook is like communication services.
yeah. But Joey, in the energy sector, do they include like hydrogen producers?
No, it's got to be
Really?
petroleum and consumable fuels.
So is that why we
Interesting.
see? So I'm just looking tickers, trying to get like a whole market thing. So anything that doesn't say clean, we're talking oil and gas, and if it says clean, it's everything except oil and gas.
Probably, but the thing is, when I went into invest in the energy sector, I decided, I'd rather not be invested in oil and gas as we're starting to shift more to clean energy. But you can't do it. If you're trying to buy an ETF for the energy sector, as what's classified under energy, it's the construction or provision of oil rigs, drilling equipment, seismic data collection, exploration, production, marketing, and refining of oil and gas products, and coal and other consumable fuels. That's what's energy.
Well, I mean,
So
I
what do
guess
we
some
do
of
about it,
the-
Joey?
Yeah, I'm sure you already have this figured out.
Well, what I did about it is I delved into here and decided, well, I don't want to just leave this sector out of my portfolio entirely. So I decided, what do I want to be a part of? And there are two industries in this sector. Most sectors have more than two. Like they'll have like 10. But this one only has two. It's either oil and gas and consumable fuels, right? Those are your BP and your Chevron and all that. What do you think of when you think of an oil company?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other sector is energy equipment and services. So they're not actually refining the oil and selling you gas.
That's your
but
BE.
they're making the
Halliburton.
equipment involved. It's
Yeah.
like that's where I think BE belongs. I think as we start to consider other forms of energy as belonging in the energy sector, you'll get things like BE going into these ETFs. Specifically, the ETF that I used was XES for equipment and services. And I think the interesting thing about this industry specifically is it's almost all small and micro caps. It's got a few big ones. Halliburton is in there, and there's like Schlumberger. But other than that, it's mostly these little companies left providing whatever services there are. And I found a couple interesting ones that I want to talk about. The first one is OII, Oceaneering
Oh
International
yeah,
Inc.
I know this one.
Oui.
And so this is classified as one of those energy and equipment services because they service equipment to different offshore oil rigs and the like. But I think the interesting thing about them is that their entire business isn't all captured by oil and gas. They also service the defense sector, aerospace, and commercial theme park industries.
Wait, what?
Dude, they do all things ocean engineering.
Yeah, they just engineer submarines. They're
That
remotely
is
operated
actually,
vehicles.
yeah.
It's
This is
it's
a cool company.
stuff.
Hmm.
So there's this little like hidden gem that if you're thinking oil energy services, you're not thinking about this submarine engineer company. So that's why I think they're
wild.
interesting. They're also
But
doing
Joey,
pretty
would
well.
you buy them?
I would buy them because they are pretty good as far as their valuation goes, but they've been growing pretty stably since.
So I noticed their earnings are negative.
They're a little choppy on that. It's true.
They were making money in 2017.
Yeah, they're definitely like coming out of a trough. So I like a
Okay.
good value stock, and so that's where
Yes.
I'm looking
Oh
at them.
my-
They're one of those that the pandemic knocked them way down, and they've reversed their past
Seems like they
several years'
peaked
trend.
in 2013.
Yeah, Joey, I wouldn't have thought, but this company's been around since 1985,
Yeah,
and they peaked in 2013, and they peaked hard at like $78, and now they're at 16.
it makes me wonder.
They used
what
to
happened.
offer a dividend too.
What was going on in 2013 that made submersible technology sound so cool?
I don't know.
I mean, when in doubt, anything in 2013 going wrong, you can blame Obama.
There you
I
go.
think that's legally what you're
What
allowed to
about-
do.
What
and
about
Detroit.
submersibles going right?
Then you can say that was George Bush legacy.
I'm
If it
sure
was going
Obama
right.
just said, "We got to figure out what's going on in that ocean," and people go, "All right, we got to
You know,
buy."
you know less about the bottom of the ocean than the surface of the moon, so science. Do it for science. But the pandemic brought them down to 1995 levels. So if they
That's
bounce
really
out of
wild.
that and grow to 2013 levels, then hey, there's a good buy right there.
I'm interested.
And they are a microcap. They're 1.6 billion. So that's what I look for when I'm buying a microcap. It's like it needs to be able to grow 10 times for
Yeah.
me to buy this risky company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's neat. I like it.
I do
Right, I
I
thought
do
it was-
really like these ones. Ones that you can talk about at parties.
Yeah. It's like I've got my money in Oceaneering International.
Yeah. What's another
Just
one?
wait.
You said you had a few.
Ben just
All right, another one is SLCA, US
Aw.
Silica Holdings. I think this is neat because as a
Like the silica that you get in like packages and stuff.
like those little silica desiccant packs.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, that's
you know
cool.
maybe, but I think mostly it's sand. Silica is
Oh
sand.
yeah.
So these guys just own sand, and right now, what they sell it to is fracking companies, because
Oh right.
mix some sand into their fracking fluid. This is a company I don't know if I recommend buying them. There's not a lot that looks good about them. But I think
mean
it's interesting
sand?
that they own sand.
Hey, these are the type of companies that Peter Lynch says to invest in. It's got to be nice and boring.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just Silica Holdings. They own silica.
We love that.
But they've got all kinds of silica. They've got whole grain commercial silica, different grain sizes, grain shapes, chemical purity levels. They also sell them to glass manufacturers.
Oh, well, I've heard that glass is about to boom.
It's time for glass. You know, the big
Yeah.
mason jar craze when it became like a crafty thing to own mason jars.
Let's bring it
It's
back.
about to get even bigger.
Oh, yeah, it looks like they weren't doing too hot in 2019, but they're at least financial-wise, and now they're bringing it back, I think.
Yeah, they have a similar pattern as far as stock price goes to the Oceaneering one.
Mm-hmm.
They're even smaller as far as market cap goes. Not even
Yeah.
$1 billion.
Just
Wow.
under $1 billion.
Those are the two that I found really interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a whole lot other to talk about with the energy sector, because there's just not a lot going on in it right now. It's just kind of oil and gas. And
Yeah.
what I think will be very interesting is when reclassifications happen, because it can't just sit like
Do you-
this forever. It
Do
doesn't
you
make sense.
know? Because there's been, in the past, things have changed. When was the last time a sector got reclassified?
Oh,
It's a good question.
I see.
I'm guessing it was probably like information technology stuff.
That's
was,
right.
Was probably the last time there was a major sector overhaul.
Because yeah, it used to be things like what ADP was the big
Mm-hmm.
information technology, where they just did payroll. And now, yeah, it's all different. But I think energy is, as Elon Musk said, sustainable energy has to be the future because non-sustainable energy will inherently run out.
Sustainable. Wait, did you say Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Speaking of Elon Musk, the demand for Shiba Inus has risen dramatically
Oh my gosh.
because of Dogecoin.
Because of Doge. Hey, that's a topic that I guess in the past 2 weeks, I don't know when the last time we mentioned cryptocurrency, but it's still going down, in case you wanted an update.
Yeah, I'm really excited that it's going down.
It's that
Because-
crash you've been looking for, Tim.
I want to buy a graphics card.
Oh, Tim, I just saw on Reddit there was, well, I guess it was originally from TikTok. This guy is called the GPU Scalper, and he says, I account for just over 2% of the reason that you can't find a GPU, and he was just taking a video of his boxes and boxes of them that he's just hoarding.
I hate that guy. Why? See, it's even got to the point where I'm like, man, do I need to install like one of those bots on my computer that can buy it from Best Buy as soon as it's ready?
As soon as it, all right.
Like, it's just annoying. How hard has it been keeping your target holdings of cryptocurrency, Joey?
I think it's fallen below for sure. I haven't rebalanced yet, so.
Okay, so I found it, boys.
What?
The last time there was a major sector shuffle was in 2018. It was called the defanging of IT, and it resulted in some of consumer discretionary, some IT, and some telecom services, and it was creating the communication services sector. Yeah. And it was mainly just moving the FANG companies out of IT.
Right.
Because it was getting too scary.
That makes sense.
I haven't read far enough to see what if there were any notable effects after that change went through, but I'm sure there were. And that is a certified fact.
Certified factual fact.
Certified Hood Classic.
Oh, I found another sand company. Just in case you want to look at that. It's SND.
SND.
They're actually even tinier. SND, Smart Sand Inc.
Smart Sand.
They're only $129 million. So this is the type of thing that I think Warren Buffett was talking about, where he can't invest in these companies as Berkshire Hathaway. Like, for Berkshire Hathaway to invest any meaningful amount in Smart Sand Inc. would mean to buy out the entire company. So that's why I think Warren Buffett said he could easily make like 50% a year if he didn't have such a big portfolio to manage, because you'd have access to all these other things. But this one actually, I think if you're trying to invest in sand, just looking at the numbers, SND looks like a better play than SLCA.
What? Joey, you can't just jerk me around emotionally like this. Smart Sand.
Yeah, stop jerking me, Joey.
Joey, I'm gonna buy out this company.
Whoa.
Go for it.
High roller Tim.
Man.
Well, we got a few minutes left here before we have to cut off the tape suddenly.
Yeah, we're just gonna sit in silence.
How is no. How are we doing competition wise for the year?
Oh yeah. Why'd you have to ask me today, right after Joey made a comeback?
Yeah, status update. I mean, we're a little over halfway through the year.
Well, I think isn't the end of this month the halfway, or was it the beginning?
I guess that's true. It would be the end of this month, so we're right at.
This is kind of our halfway point.
Yeah.
All right. Overall, how's the S&P 500 done?
Oh yes, that's a good call. Let me pull that up. S and P.
So year to date.
Yahoo
Finance doesn't tell me.
Year to date percentage. Year to date 15.7%. S&P 500.
Our portfolio overall has returned 20%.
Wow. We're making a comeback.
Let's go.
And that's as far as I'm going to dig
into
it.
Please go individuals. What's our individual return so far?
And don't make me do it.
How much am I beating you guys by?
Ben's return overall is 34%.
Hey.
Big money.
Nice.
Which of your biggest ones are Fang and Crocs.
Fang and Crocs. I love them. Gotta have them.
And then Alphabet is another big one, which
Alphabet
and
was
your
my
lowest
safe.
is Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coke was kind of a bad call, but that's all right.
Um, yeah, because Fang has returned 97%.
Yes, it has.
Ooh.
Joey is up 16%,
Okay. Still better than the S&P 500.
Good job, Joey.
largely because of just recently with Virgin Galactic.
We're going to
35%
space.
the other day. Yeah, that one's up 140%.
Jeez.
Oh. Is that our all-time winner?
Yes, so far. And I always forget I have this other stock in mine that I wasn't able to get an M1 Finance, which was it was like the MindMed something. It was like medicinal mushrooms.
Isn't there?
stuff.
Yeah, wasn't there one on
Yeah,
my
yeah,
list
weed
that
stuff.
also couldn't be included?
Yeah,
NAK.
but I kind of forgot what that one
NAK.
was. So. Oh yeah. How've they done?
50%. So I'm actually a little bit higher than 35.
Well, I'd say I don't know what MindMed's at right now, but at one point they were up 80% and then they dropped down to negative 20% and then they they just bounce around.
Can you feel the G forces?
What
Just
is
riding
what
a
is the
roller
company
coaster.
called, Tim?
MMND.
MMND. Mastermind?
No. Maybe I got it wrong. No, that's not it.
But Tim, how's your overall portfolio doing?
I don't remember what the ticker is. Mine is only at 10%.
So the
Hey, that's not bad.
lesson learned here is never listen to Tim. See you all next week.
yeah,